The Olympics are coming. Oh my gosh. It's like a holiday. Every 4 years, the Olympics are coming. In my channel, it's all things skiing, which includes the Olympics. And I can talk about it, I guess, because I've been there. I've been there twice. I don't think about having won a gold medal. People ask me, where do I keep the gold medal? And it's in a drawer, put away. I rarely talk about it, but it's really fun to bring out and talk about it. I remember when I won my medal, I remember thinking, oh my gosh, what a privilege. I'm one of the few people on the planet who can talk about what it's like to win an Olympic gold medal, something that everybody dreams about. So I've got this YouTube channel, why not talk about it? A good excuse, I guess. What does it take to go to the Olympics? A few things come to my mind. One of the things that comes to mind is mindset. And mindset is going to be different for every single athlete. How they come to their mindset is going to be different. It could be cultivating a mindset over a lifetime. It could be cultivating it through a culture at a club or a particular coach. It might be just one situation that changes somebody's paradigm in terms of how they view things. I've got a story. I was 17 years old, almost 18, my very first World Cup ever. I was in Saalbach, Austria. It was a downhill. I was starting last and I won the first training run. That's something that's really rare. That doesn't happen very often. You start last, you usually end up towards the back. And what I learned from that day, after the training run was over, after the Austrian media asked me all sorts of questions, I went and I called my parents who were in the States. And I said to them over the phone, I said, you guys, I won my first training run. And my dad, the psychologist, said, Deb, that's great. How does that feel? The punchline was, well, I said, I feel fine, but everyone is freaking out. And then the punchline from my dad was, well, Deb, you didn't know you weren't supposed to win. Well, that quote right there really set me on a new paradigm and a new mindset, because I didn't know I was supposed to win meant to me I didn't know the rules of the game. And when you don't know the quote unquote rules, the quote unquote manufactured parameters, if you don't know, you just are you do your best, sky's the limit. So for me, it became sky's the limit. I actually was a little bit nervous about ever setting goals after that, big goals, because I was afraid I wouldn't set them high enough. You know, we've got the freshman or the senior, how we're supposed to act, the rookie and the vet, or you got male or female. You've got all of these rules of how we're supposed to be. But on that day with the downhill, I just was me, and I won the run. It surprised people. You know, another mindset with sky's the limit that I lived with was being in the moment, maximizing my moment. That could mean I'd be at the gym and I'd do 50 sit-ups and I'd get to 50 and I'd think, can I do 50 more? I'd do 50 more and then I'd think, can I do 50 more? That's being in the moment. It's the incremental goals. It's maximizing the incremental moments that take you to an Olympic Games. I was always trying to be in the moment, maximizing the moment. And I really believe when I won my gold medal in Sarajevo, that was the difference maker in my win. That I was in the starting gate for those games, and I wanted to experience the uniqueness of the moment. I wasn't intimidated by pressure. I wasn't burdened by what may happen in the future, what has happened in the past. I just wanted to feel, what is it like to be in the starting gate of an Olympic Games? What was the adrenaline going to feel like? The excitement, all of that. And so what is it like? It depends on the mindset of the moment. And for me, it was just like, hug, 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 hug. This is what I want. This is where I want to be. So awesome. One of my coaches, J.A., John Atkins, he knew me well. He had my back. We were at the Olympics in Sarajevo, and it was the day before the giant slalom. J.A. reserved the entire Olympic gymnasium one afternoon for an hour for me, for only me, because he knew I loved basketball. And so J.A. brought Dr. Stedman and 2 other coaches. So there were the 4 of us, and we played 2-on-2 basketball. And it was winners outs, and J.A. gave me the ball, and I dribbled it, and I made a shot, and we won the game, and I was the only one that touched the basketball, and I was the only one that made the shots, and we won. It was insane. That's an example of team. Like, my coach knew me. He knew what I needed to get my mind off of skiing. He knew what I needed for that moment to have fun, to make it light, and also to be moving. Team, 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 team. Huge. Not to mention the fact that I was on the best women's ski team in the world at the time. I was skiing with the best on a daily basis. That's huge. Another thing about making the Olympic team, and that's performance. And there is performance of the immediate, of the moment, making the results that you need to qualify and meet qualifications. And then there's performance over your lifetime as an athlete. And when I say performance, it doesn't mean winning. It doesn't mean your best results. It means performing. And that could be a fall, that could be a failure, that could be a great run. The thing with Olympians and the folks that make it to the Olympics is that every performance, every situation is information. And you take it in and you learn. You take it in and it's an opportunity to grow. It's an opportunity to be better. And there's no question about it. It was those tough moments that you just cry uncle or mercy, because it's so tough and you can't figure it out. And you just give in just a little bit, and maybe that's it. You just let go a little for the performance to happen. For me, that's when the performances happen. That's when the big breakthroughs happened. I know my channel is skiing. I like to cover all things skiing. That includes the Olympics. Wow.